Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Delaney. I love thrifting, home decor, my cats, plants, all the good stuff, and welcome to my channel. If you're new, I am also a reseller, so I do tons and tons of thrifting, some for myself, but I am a reseller. I've been a reseller for about 4 years now, 4 or 5 maybe, I'm not even sure. I started it in college as like a little side business, and I have just absolutely loved it. It's definitely one of my passions, and I wanted to make a video all about the shipping process because I get asked all the time about shipping. Okay, the light was being a little bit weird, so I just moved my camera. But like I was saying, I'm a reseller. I mostly sell clothes, shoes, accessories online, and I have a little boho shop that I sell home goods on. I have sold home goods online before, and I will probably do that a little bit more this winter as well. But I mostly sell clothes, shoes, accessories online. So today I'm going to be telling you guys how to ship. This is going to be everything that you need to know about shipping, all of the knowledge that I have gained over the years, and hopefully it is very informative and hopefully I answer all of your questions. But if I don't, feel free to leave questions down below and I will be happy to answer them there. One of the reasons why I wanted to make this video is because when I first started reselling, shipping was the hardest thing. I don't know why. I'm sure if you're new to reselling or new to selling things online, you can understand that it is very confusing. There's tons of different shipping services, and each selling platform, eBay, Poshmark, Depop, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, all of those have different types of shipping and different methods. So I know that it can be very confusing, and I really want to clear that up for you guys and hopefully make it really, really simple. Today I'm mostly going to be talking about shipping on the platforms Poshmark, eBay, and Depop, just to give you 3 different examples. If you want to learn more about Facebook Marketplace shipping, I have an entire Facebook Marketplace video, and if you want to learn how to get into reselling, I also have an entire video teaching you how to become a reseller. Okay, with all that being said, let's just get into the video. First, I'm going to take you downstairs so you can see my inventory process, and I'm about to do my shipping right now, so I figured this was a perfect time to start the video. And I also want to preface this by saying that between my inventory process, my shipping process, all of that, everybody does it different, and you will find your own groove and what works best for you. This is what works best for me, so hopefully this can just get you started and give you a base idea of how to ship. Okay, I keep all of my inventory down in my basement, and this is kind of my setup. I have a little cart here that's got my clear plastic bags, extra tape, all of that fun stuff. And then right here I keep lots of boxes. I've mentioned this before, but since this is a shipping video, I'll mention this again. All of these boxes right here are completely free on the USPS website. I can show you exactly where it's at, but it's under shipping supplies, and they have free shipping supplies that they will just send to your house. I have all different size boxes, medium, flat rate envelopes. You will use these a lot. I definitely use these a lot. And then these I use probably the most, and then I've just got a bigger size of these here. These 2 are from Amazon, and I will have everything that I use linked down below. I just got this little cart at Aldi, but you can get these at like any craft store. They're really nice to have to just keep extra tape, all of these clear plastic bags, all different sizes in, really useful to have. And again, I didn't start any of this like this. I used to keep these bins under my bed in our very first tiny apartment, so this is a step up, and I finally have a good system going. Me personally, I liked to just put them based off of what they are: sweatshirts, dresses, tank tops, that sort of thing. I know some people use inventory numbers. I personally like this better. I just think it's more simple, but again, all up to personal preference. And And then in each of these closed lids, I have each of my items in those plastic bags I was showing you. And again, all of that will be linked down below. And I just get these, you can get these at any store, but I get these at Walmart usually. And I kind of like that they all match. I have a few that mismatch, but it wasn't worth it for me to replace it just so they would match. But yeah, so now I'm just going to go through everything that's sold, pull it from these bins, and then take it upstairs to print off my labels, and I will catch up with you guys then. Okay guys, I got my bag full of stuff that I need to ship. While I was down there, I just grabbed the inventory and put it in its appropriate box size, basically whatever it could fit in, and then I put them in bags, things like that. Basically anything that was the right size, and like I said, it's all already in clear plastic bags, ready to just slip in to make it really quick and easy for me. I've found that's the best method, and also it protects your item as well, so I highly recommend that. I know it is a little bit more expensive, especially if you're starting out, but there are some cheap prices on Amazon to get those as well. So now I'm in my office and I've got my laptop here connected to my label printer, and right beside me is my scale, which I'll show you all of these things in a second. If you're just starting out with shipping, you do not need a special label printer. You don't need anything fancy. You can just use a regular printer and tape it on with tape. It's obviously quicker and more efficient to have a label printer, but when I first started out, I think for at least a year I used my school's printers and taped it on. So can definitely get away with that as well. So let me just show you my setup really quick. All right, I've got my laptop, my label printer. Ignore all my husband's stuff. This is like our shared office. And then right here is my scale. I really recommend this scale. It's nice because you can put this up to hold up a package to get the accurate weight. So it's nice that all three of these things are right here for quick and easy grab. And then right beside me is just my bag of things I need to ship. Okay, before I get into shipping a little bit more, I showed you guys how to get the free boxes. You just go to usps.com, and on there is free shipping supplies, and you can order pretty much any boxes that you want and it gets delivered to your house. But another tip for shipping supplies, I've mentioned this in other videos, but since this is all about shipping, I'm just trying to include everything. You should be saving all of your Amazon boxes, online purchases, and not just the box itself, but the packaging that comes in it. So if you have bubble wrap or the like craft paper or anything like that, save it all. Find a place in your house, a closet, a basement, really anywhere, and just stack them up and save them for later, because you can always use those boxes for any of your odd shaped items, especially if you're selling home goods, because you will have a lot of odd shaped items for that. If you're just goodness, words are so hard today. If you are just selling clothes and shoes, you may not need to save as many odd shaped boxes, but they're always good to have and they're free. So that's two ways to get free shipping supplies. And then obviously you can buy these bags on Amazon. These are actually what I use the most, and I'll get into that in just a second. Okay, on to shipping. So once you have all of your stuff gathered, all packed up, you are going to now go ship. So for this particular time, I sold things on 3 platforms, so I'm going to talk about the shipping on all 3 of those. The first one I'm going to talk about is Poshmark. So if you're a beginner reseller, I highly recommend Poshmark to get your bearings on shipping, because they make it super simple. Poshmark has a deal with USPS where you can ship any of your items in any USPS packaging. So you can use any box, anything. No other website does this, but you can do any boxes, any sizes, any of these poly mailer bags, the padded flat rate envelope I showed you guys. You can use any of them, and it makes it super simple. And when you sell something on Poshmark, I'm gonna take these off because they're glaring, but when you sell something on Poshmark, Poshmark is going to send you an email saying, congrats, your item sold, here is your shipping label. And it is so simple. You literally just print out the shipping label, put it on any box, and you are good to go. You just need to pay attention to the weight because I think it is over 40 pounds or something like that, but you really never run into that problem unless you're selling really heavy items. So let me just show you that really quick. I will show you how I just print my labels for my Poshmark sales. Here's what it's gonna look like. This is an email saying congrats, blah blah blah, and it tells you the instructions right here in case you forget, but you will have a label right here, so you're just going to click on that and print it off. Okay, so I have my label right here, and the nice thing about the label printers is these are sticky, so I just peel it off, stick it on my package, and it is good to go. And like I said, you can use any USPS packaging, so I decided to go with this one. I like this because it has bubble wrap in it, so it's really going to protect your item. And I'm just going to close it up and put this on. So like I said, it's as easy as that, and this is ready to go. And that is why I said Poshmark is the easiest platform to ship on, especially if you're just starting out. But now let's get into the one that people are more intimidated by, which is eBay. Okay, moving on to eBay. I'm going to try not to be all over the place with this. Starting out, when you are listing an item on eBay, you put in all your information, blah, blah, blah. And me personally, I only use USPS, and I know most resellers only use USPS, but if you want to use a different platform like FedEx or UPS, those may be a little bit more expensive or less expensive depending on what you use, but I really recommend USPS. It's just the easiest and most used. So when you're listing something on eBay, you will put in all the specifics, and then you'll get down to the bottom when it's talking about shipping, and you're going to want to click USPS because that's the service that you'll be using, and then it's going to ask you for a weight of the item. So that's where the scale comes in handy. I personally recommend weighing your item. That way you can put in the accurate weight, and then it will tell you what your options are for shipping when it is time to ship the item. After a while, you're gonna get really used to knowing the weight of items, and you're gonna know which items can go in which packaging. For example, I know that a t-shirt is under a pound, and I can send that through first class mail, which is the cheapest way to ship. So yeah, over time you'll start to memorize it a little bit, but if you're just starting out, it is good to just weigh it, so that way you can get an accurate shipping cost. And I forgot to mention this, but almost on all platforms that I use, the buyer pays the shipping. You obviously can offer free shipping, but that's at a cost to your business. So most buyers will pay the shipping, and when you put in the accurate weight on eBay, it then knows how much to charge the buyer for shipping. Okay, so when an item sells, you will go on your seller hub on eBay, super easy, and it'll have a little spot here. Let me just show you. You will have a little spot here that says print labels and ship. You're just gonna click on that. So now I'm on that screen, and I'm just going to click purchase shipping label. So for the first one, it is a pair of shoes that are in this box. I tried to pick the smallest box that would fit. So I just taped up my box, which you're definitely going to need some shipping tape. I just taped up my box, and the box that I used, again, this was a free box. It's a USPS box, and it is the medium flat rate box. This is a really good size for shoes. If there is another box called regional box A, I think, and that one is cheaper. This one is a little bit more expensive, so if I can fit shoes into that box, I always use that box. But anyways, let me show you this screen so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Okay, I know it's going to seem intimidating, but just bear with me. So I'm gonna click right here. I'm on the ship your order page. I'm going to click right here. under carrier packaging because that's what I'm using. And again, you can use any of these, but like I said, I always use USPS. And the first option it's giving me is a priority flat rate envelope, which I am not using. If you remember, I'm using the medium flat rate box. This was the box I was just telling you guys about, the regional A box. That's only $7.80. But I'm gonna go right here to the USPS priority medium flat rate box, and as you can see, it is $13, which is kind of expensive. And you may be wondering why it's so expensive. I don't even know, but it is. And obviously I charged the buyer to cover this, so the expense is not really on me. So now that I picked the one and matched up the one that it goes with, I'm just going to click purchase shipping label. Okay, I've got my shipping label right here. I'm just going to put it on and it is ready to go. And that was one of the more easy ones. Let me show you like a little bit more complicated ones and just some ways to make it cheaper for yourself. Now I'm going to click over on the right side, go to ship your next item, and it's going to pull up my next item to ship. And let me grab it. All right, so the next item I have to ship is just a t-shirt, and I put it in, this is just called a poly mailer. Again, these are the ones that I use the most because it is one of the cheapest ways to ship, because this goes solely off of weight. So you know how for the last one I clicked carrier packaging, this one I will show you. On this one, I'm going to click custom size, and I'm going to weigh it and put in the weight right here. Okay, so it's 7.1 ounces. I'm gonna always round up so that it's going to be 8 ounces. Right here, I'm going to put 0 pounds, 8 ounces. And since that is under a pound, anything that is under a pound, you can use, it even gives me the option right here, the USPS first class package. And the reason why I love this and most people use it is because it is only $3.51. It may be a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, depending on where you're sending it, but that's a really, really cheap way to do that. And if I didn't go this route, I would use that padded envelope I showed you guys from the first thing I shipped, and that is, you can see a $4 difference here. That's $7.76, but I am going to use this option because it is way cheaper. And once again, I'm just going to click purchase shipping label and print it. Ready to go. So that is why you want to measure or weigh your items before you list them, because that way you know if it's under a pound, you can ship the cheapest way. Ship the cheapest way. I can't believe I just did that. Ship the cheapest way. And it really does save you money, because if I had just guessed and when I listed this and said, oh, this is probably a pound, I would end up having to pay that $7 rather than the $3. So it's just helpful to go ahead and weigh your items to really know how much they are, so you can accurately charge the buyer as well. And just a little tip, most things that are under a pound are like t-shirts, sunglasses, jewelry, makeup, maybe some like a sports bra, swimsuit, some shorts. But again, the more you do it, the more you will start to know, hey, that's under a pound, I can ship that on first class. And to ship it under first class, you can use a box, obviously, as long as it's under a pound, or you can use these poly mailers. Most of the time, actually like 90% of the time, I use those poly mailers. But when you're shipping first class, you cannot use the free USPS boxes and envelopes like I was showing you guys, because those are specific to size and they have those specific names, like the padded flat rate envelope and medium flat rate box. You cannot use those on eBay unless you are clicking that button and charging for that. So for example, I couldn't use this padded envelope and print off a first class label, because because you're essentially paying for the packaging as well. So you definitely would have to just use a poly mailer if you want to use first class packaging. Okay, I really hope that that makes sense. I'm trying to explain it in the simplest terms possible because I know a lot of people are just starting out and I know it can be really confusing because I've been there. So if you guys have any questions, again, just ask them down below and I'll be happy to answer them. Now I'm going to move on to shipping on Depop. I know not a lot of people sell on Depop, so this may not be for you, but hopefully I can just give you some more insight on the shipping process in general. So when something sells on Depop, again, you'll get an email saying, congrats, you sold an item, blah, 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 blah. And Depop uses PayPal for their shipping. So all I'm going to do is log into my PayPal. You'll have all of this connected once you create your Depop account too. Okay, so I logged into my PayPal and under my activity, I can see who has sent me money, obviously through Depop. And it gives me the option, you just click on that transaction and it gives you the option, it says print shipping label. So all I'm gonna do is click that, and then I will kind of show you the screen that it gives me. Okay, here is the screen that it gives me. Again, you can change the carrier name if you are using UPS. And then just like on eBay, the service type, priority mail, you would click that if you are using the free packaging I told you about, or you would click flat or first, or you could click first class mail like I told you guys about. And then if you're using the free boxes and envelopes, like I said, you can go in here and match up their specific name with it. So with this, my item is 13.2 ounces, so I'm gonna round up to 14 ounces. So I know that that is under a pound, so I'm just going to click first class, and it is an envelope. And I'm just going to put in 14 ounces, and then I'm going to click calculate shipping cost. And it tells me right there my cost is only going to be $5.27, and I will just click confirm and pay. So as you can see, shipping through PayPal is also very easy. I really like doing it that way. And again, if you don't want to use these packages, you can use USPS boxes, and just have to be sure to match the name on the package to the name on here. It will cost you a little bit more, so I obviously recommend going this way since it is cheaper, as you guys saw, but it is totally up to you and how you want to do it. I know at first I was a little bit intimidated by this. I don't really know why, but I was. So I always just used the free USPS packaging that I had and paid a little bit more. Don't really know why, but that made me feel more comfortable. And then as I understood shipping a little bit more, I moved into this. So it is totally up to you guys. And when I'm done with everything, I'll just put it in a bag. These are really nice from IKEA. You can also use like the TJ Maxx reusable bags. It is nice to have like a designated shipping bag, just because if you take a lot of packages back and forth, it's great to have. Obviously not necessary. But then when I get to the post office, there's usually a box that you can put it in. You don't even have to talk to anybody, or you can go up to the counter and hand them all to the person and say, hey, these are already prepaid, ready to go. You don't have to pay for them again or anything like that. You can just drop them off. But I want to talk about a couple more things I just thought of. So after you ship something on Poshmark and eBay, you don't have to do anything on the site. From there, the site will pick up the tracking information, let your buyer know that it's been shipped, and you as the seller don't have to do anything. On Depop, you do have to go in and click that you shipped it and add the tracking number, which kind of stinks because on PayPal or on Poshmark and eBay, it's really easy and they do all of that for you. But I'm just letting you know how it all works. The thing that I want to talk about too is if you have, okay, so say you're a reseller and somebody contacts you on your Instagram, or you want to sell without the fees of Poshmark or eBay or Depop, and you want to sell through Instagram. That is totally fine. You can have them pay you through Venmo or PayPal or whatever, but I wanted to just kind of quickly go through the process of that. If you aren't using one of the reselling websites, you can still sell items. You would just package your items up like normal, preferably in one of these since it is the cheapest. if it's under a pound. If not, it just goes by weight. And then you are just going to write on the package their address and name and the return address and name, and then you're just going to go up to the worker at your post office, hand it to them, and just say, hi, I need to pay for this, pay for it, and ship it on your way. Or there are other websites you can use. There's one called Pirate Ship, I think that's what it's called, pretty sure. And you can go on there, make a free account, and you can actually purchase discounted labels through there. So that way you already have a pre-made label to go when you get to the post office, and you just can give it to the teller and you're good to go. Okay guys, I think I have word vomited all of my information to you guys. I hope that it was organized and you could easily understand it. I was trying to be as specific as I could. And like I said before, I will have all of the reselling products that I use linked down below. I have them in my Amazon storefront under reselling, and then also on my link to know it, I think I have them linked as well, so you can find all of this stuff. And again, you don't have to have anything fancy to start out. Anybody can start at any time. All you really need is your computer and a printer, some tape and measuring tape, and you are good to go, and a scale. Definitely need a scale, but all of those really aren't that expensive because some of them you probably already have lying around. And like I said before, if I missed anything or if you're still confused or have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. You can DM me on Instagram. I would love to help further and really help you guys understand everything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you guys have a great week. Bye guys.